What's going on YouTube? Hey, it's Ben Nader. Thank you guys so much for checking out my content. This is the channel where we talk about entrepreneurship, recruiting, staffing, pretty much anything in between. And if you like that kind of stuff, make sure to subscribe down below. Smash the like button for good measure if you feel that this is valuable content. I would love delivering good stuff to you guys. So if you like this, put it in the comments, let me know. Let's get into today's topic. So I wanted to pretty much talk about how to launch and scale a successful recruiting agency without using any money pretty much. So this is kind of me taking myself back a year ago from when I started my agency and launched to 6 figures in about 6 months without using pretty much any money at all until I started making money. And obviously this is the easiest route to go in business when you don't put up capital up front, but use the capital that you make along the way. And a ton of you have been hitting me with this question on the 6-Figure Recruiting Academy, which is a Facebook page for this YouTube channel, or you've been LinkedIn hitting me up, or in the comments, the same type of questions about I can't spend this kind of money on that software or this software, or I can't buy that tool, and how do you find emails and do this and that. So I put together a list of things that you just don't need, like things that people think they need, but they don't need. I found this out really quick when I began my journey and launched my agency. I realized that there's just a ton of stuff you have no business buying until you really want to scale your agency and start being more efficient. So I'm going to go through that list and I'm going to debunk what you need, what you don't need. Simple as that. So the first thing I want to tackle is an ATS system. Now, if you're brand new to recruiting, no worries. ATS basically means applicant tracking system. There are many of these. They can be cheap, they can be expensive, they can be medium, but you might find one for somewhere around $100 a month or $500 a month. Bottom line is, when you're just starting out, you do not need an ATS system, okay? I'll admit it to you right now. I'll be completely open with everyone here. I am currently utilizing Excel spreadsheets and Apple Notes to keep track of my candidates and all of my clients and where they're at. That's what I do right now. It's right out in the open. That's exactly how I keep track of everything. Some people use something called Crelate. Other people use Bullhorn. There's Google Hire, which is an ATS now, a brand new one. There's all these different ATSs out there. You don't need one when you first start. You just need to be organized. A professional logo designer is another thing you do not need. You do not need to pay anyone anywhere more than $50 maximum to create a logo for you. I frequently recommend a company called Fiverr, which literally is FIVRR.com. And what they do is they basically create graphics and all kinds of things for you starting at $5. So their logos run about 15 to 20 bucks or so, and there are people on there that make amazing designs. And so you literally just go to fiverr.com and you have someone create a logo for you for around 10 bucks. I think mine was actually 10 bucks itself, and I couldn't be happier with it. So anyways, that's just one thing you don't need. You don't need a professional logo designer. Just throw that out the door. People think that they need all these things and they just don't. The second one is an easy one to debunk: a professional website, something you pay someone like $500 to design for you, that's coded or like created with specific tools and all kinds of like bells and whistles and inputs and messages and whatever. You don't need that, okay? Go to Wix or go to Weebly and pay $15 a month for a standard website where you can grab any of their templates. They have like 500 templates. You can choose one that's unique, put a color scheme on it. Trust me, it'll be very unique. No one will have the same exact website. No one will have an identical website to yours. You can add your own text and all your blurbs and everything. Websites work great off of those websites because they have an inbox. You can like take messages through their website and all kinds of stuff. They interface awesome with Google domains where you buy a domain and things like that. So don't pay a professional website designer. You do not need it. It's absolutely a huge waste of money. It's like 50 times the cost of what you should be spending on everything entirely to start your recruiting agency. So 100% do not do that at the start. There's no reason for it at all. So time. Do you need full time? Do you need all of your time right now to start a recruiting agency? And the answer is 100%, unequivocally, no, not at all. So I began my recruiting agency while I was working full time. And the way I did it was basically having a few phone calls on lunch, a few emails here and there on my cell phone, and basically a couple hours after work, maybe 2 hours after work. Now, this was small change. This was when I was beginning, just starting some outreach and doing things at night and stuff like that. And maybe I put in a little bit more work than that, but 3 hours outside, inside your entire day, whether it's while you're at work or whether it's after work, let's not BS around it. Like, there's an elephant in the room. We get it. Like, we're on Facebook half the time at work. We're on like Snapchat, like sitting there talking to people, okay? We're not doing a lot of work when we're at work. Like, a lot of people are not doing a lot of work. You can translate that time and utilize it to actually run a business. So in case you didn't know, hey, newsflash everyone, you can literally start like a business while you're at work. So anyways, that's what I did. And I actually created a ton of my lead gen and all that stuff while I was at work using just my phone, literally, for like a couple hours a day at work. Anyways, so it's totally possible to go completely part-time by setting this up. You don't need to quit your job first or anything like that. I think I had about $45,000 in revenue come through while I was still employed full-time before I left. So I was able to make that happen, and if I can do it, you could definitely do it. So no need for quitting your job ASAP. Do you need a brand? Do you need like a brand name? No, you do not need a brand. Nobody cares. Nobody cares who you are, what the name is, what your logo looks like, what your mantra is. You don't need a brand, okay? A brand is created simply, literally by like adding your name with your logo. Boom, you have a brand. Like, I created my logo on Fiverr, came up with my name, slapped the two together. There's my brand. My brand was built in like 5 minutes. No one cares. Like that, no one cares. So that's branding. Expensive lead generation software. So you do not need this at all. And the reason is because you're going to be the lead generator. That's what you do when you start a recruiting agency. You generate leads, you email them, you do a lot of cold outreach, and you hunt and peck around the internet to find clients that you can start staffing for, and you're the lead generator. You don't pay for lead generation. You don't have to do that. I didn't do that. A lot of people who start agencies don't do that kind of stuff. So I didn't do anything like that. I still don't do anything like that. Currently, I do pay for one really expensive software program, but I'm a year in. I've already made more than $150,000 in the first 6 months of my agency, and I'm way in, and so I can pay for stuff and buy new software that gives me more efficiency with my agency. But at the beginning, absolutely not do you need to have like an expensive lead generation software or anything like that. So just to give you an idea of the things that you do need, I will list them out and hone in on them, right? Specifically. So instead of an ATS system, you just need organizational skills. You need to know how to keep things in line. Like I said, I have Excel sheets and Apple Notes that literally hold everything that I need, and I have them perfectly organized, and it works great for me. And I'm currently working at like a rate of 10 to 12,000 revenue a month just on those. I keep my candidates and my clients all on track with that. Your logo, get that done on Fiverr. Seriously, stop with the professional logo, people. Your website, Wix or Weebly. There might be another one out there, but pay $15 a month for your website. Nobody should be designing your website for $500, period. But you do need a website, and it can be done for $15 a month, period. A professional email. This is something you do need, and we talked about it before. You get this through G Suite, G-Suite, and you can buy this for, I think it's $10 a month now to have your professional email. There's another one called Zoho. And I haven't really explored Zoho, but apparently Zoho is another Zoho. They have free email, I guess, or I think it's free actually. I'm not 100% sure, but check it out. Time, like we said, you can start this totally part-time. You do not need to quit your job, so don't worry about quitting your job before you start your agency. A network, okay? So you do need a network, right? So how do we have those? Well, we use LinkedIn. That's our digital network today. So I would recommend, at minimum, having the premium membership on LinkedIn, which is about $66 per month. Have that. It lets you just see way more contacts. It lets you reach out to way more people. $66 a month, super well worth it, and definitely a necessity if you move forward and scale your agency and you're serious about this. So that's a necessity for sure. And then as far as everything else goes, that's literally about it. So like I said, set up your website on the cheap, 15 bucks a month. Get your G Suite set up so you have a professional email, or use Zoho, check that out. And then have LinkedIn Premium, 66 bucks a month. And then utilize all those tools and then basically start hunting for your clients and go after it. But to give you an idea, guys, I've done the math, tallied things up, and just to start, like all of the tools put together in one, it's about $55 startup cost entirely. The recurring cost, I think, would just be the LinkedIn Premium, which is 66, plus your website cost, plus the G Suite monthly. So that's going to run you 70 bucks or 80 bucks a month or so, recurring revenue that you'd have to pay out to keep your agency going. But let's put it this way, guys. Like, you know, I'm pretty confident that you can get a client in 30 days of starting. Like, if you truly put your heart into it and you start reaching out and you're going after clients and you're putting your message out there and you utilize the templates like that I provided you guys, even Six Figure Recruiting Academy on Facebook, message the page if you need the templates. But if you're going after clients pretty hard, I have no doubt you couldn't get a client in 30 days, in general labor, at least minimum, and be able to, you know, at least get a $3,000 fee, maybe 2 people, 6,000 out of them, and boom, there you go. You got cash on hand, and you can start playing with that money and buying more expensive stuff like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, or you can buy an ATS if you really want one that bad, or go pay someone $500 to build you a huge website that you don't really need anyways. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. I just kind of wanted to debunk the idea that you need like $1 billion to set up a recruiting agency. I started everything off with basically like 50 bucks and just went really bootstrap with it and just started off, got my clients, started making my money, and pretty much just killed it. And I think you all can do the same thing. So that's it for today. I'll catch you for sure on Thursday. Hope you're having an awesome week, and take care.